Hello, my name is Cheze and I do art. And today I'm listing off things for you to ask yourself to help you develop your little blurbos until you can't tell reality from fiction and go insane trying to convince everyone they are real. Yay!
Okay, so apparently my audio for this little section got deleted, but what I was going to say was that I have 26 questions for you guys, and for the examples I'm using my two characters, Finley and Carmen. You can go to my first video if you want to know more about them, but here is a quick synopsis of their stories.
Finley is from a star where 8 gods made the entire universe. 6 died due to a war that broke out between them and created 6 intelligent species from their death. The remaining 2 gods are now at war, so a prophecy was made that one of each species' soul will be reincarnated indefinitely until they can stop the war and restore peace. He just so happens to be one of the reincarnated souls. Yay! Isn't that so fun? And Carmen is from a world where the sun is dying and a plague has just breached the land. They only have so long left to live, and what makes it worse is that her family consists of a bunch of pieces of absolute shit. So she runs away, finds a kid who also ran away, and they end up sticking together and going on adventures, I guess? I haven't really figured it completely out. Oh, and there's like a guardian angel following them or something, so yeah, got all that. Good, test is on Tuesday. Anyway, for the questions, I have 4 categories: basic questions, fun questions, character development questions, and lore-related questions. I'm going to be answering them without a structured script, so if it sounds bad, then I am very sorry. Okay, on to the list. Wait, I actually need to pull up the list first. Okay, we are starting off with basic questions. Question 1. What is their favorite color? For Finley, I don't think he'd have a favorite color per se, and then for Carmen, it would be either red, blue, or like a light pink. Question 2. Are your OCs allergic to anything? I know this technically isn't an allergy, but I feel like Finley would be lactose intolerant. And for Carmen, I don't think she'd have any allergies. I could see people poking fun at the fact that Finley can't eat dairy or cheese or anything. Question 3. What are your OC's favorite animals? For Finley, I think he'd really like sea dragons just because they look really cool. They're like a seahorse, and they kind of resemble kelp as a form of camouflage. I think he'd really like those. And then for Carmen, it'd probably be foxes and or cats. It's mostly just an homage to my younger self who really liked foxes. And cats are cool, so might as well make her like that too. Question 4. What's their favorite food/drink? Ignore that I said this one in the last video. We're just gonna completely disregard that and pretend this is a new and completely original question. Anyway, for Finley, I think he'd be a basic bitch and like water and like ramen or noodles or something. And then probably also like tiny fish because he's based off of a river otter and an anglerfish. But like not in a cannibalistic way. Don't get me wrong, but Anyway, for Carmen, I think she'd like energy drinks, which I wouldn't be able to give you a specific one because I don't drink them, and sushi. Question 5. What is their biggest fear? For Finley, I think it would be large buildings or things that are significantly taller than him in general. For me, at least, I get like super anxious around them for some reason, and I think he'd feel like that too, but to a much more intense degree, to the point where it's kind of unbearable, so, that's not very fun. And for Carmen, it would be losing her only friends. Yay! Trauma! Question 6. What's their style like? For Finley, I don't really know how to describe it, so I'll just put a picture on screen. I imagine he took it from his neighbor because his neighbor is really cool, and he really looks up to his neighbor. And for Carmen, if she had a choice in what she could wear, or if she wasn't a runaway, she'd probably wear a lot of kidcore clothes. Very childish as a way to like reclaim her childhood. Next category we have is fun questions. So for question 7 is, what would their persona be? And if they're already an animal, then what would their human design, like, loosely look like? This one I think is really fun to draw. So for Finley, we have an Australian Shepherd Blue Heeler mix. Very specific, that exact dog, specifically one that looks like this. I'll put a picture on screen if I remember, and I'll probably be drawing that in the background for this. Don't take my word if I forget to put that. Anyway, Carmen would be either a calico cat or like a bunny or something just really cute, because she kind of needs that. And I think she'd really like calico cats. Question 8. What's their red flag? What about green flags? For Finley, I think it would be being too quiet, because he's really quiet, doesn't talk to a lot of people, doesn't socialize very much, and he's also a really good listener, so that would be his green flag. For Carmen, I think her red flag would be that she's too scared to make doctor's appointments or be on call in general. And for her green flag, it would probably be that she actually admits and owns up to her mistakes. Question 9. If they were in a sitcom or a movie or a TV show of some sorts, what would their archetype be? For Finley, I think he would be the sidekick, kind of just helping out the main character, and Carmen would definitely be either the damsel in distress of sorts or the main character, because she's kind of both. You'd get it if you knew the story, but you guys are just losers who don't know. I'm sorry, that was mean. I'm sorry. Question 10, I think. I don't know, I already lost count. Did they steal anything as a kid? For Finley, probably just toys from his sisters or something like that. Nothing like major or anything that would get him in super trouble, but I think for Carmen, she definitely wouldn't have taken anything as a child. Question 11. What makes them cry? What makes them happy? Anything sad or overwhelming will probably make Finley cry. He's very emotional. And again, this is totally not projecting. Anyways, I think making music would make him happy again. He's very into doing that. And then for Carmen, she rarely ever cries. She tries really hard not to. And to make her happy again, I think hanging out with Santi and Haley, that just makes her feel a lot better. Question 12. If they got a tattoo, what would it be of? For Finley, a dragonfly. I'll put what it symbolizes on screen because I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like something with new beginnings and resilience, I'm pretty sure. And then Carmen, it would be something relating to her pets, both past and present, so like stuff with her dog, and like paws or the print pattern thingies on their fur. I'll put another picture on screen. I'm horrible at explaining this. Question 13. What makes your character irrationally angry? Slow walkers. Absolutely, for both of them, slow walkers, but especially for Finley. He just hates when people walk slow in front of him. And for Carmen, it's probably when people interrupt, like when you're in the middle of talking and they just like start talking over you. That's definitely very annoying. That was the last question for our fun category, or fun questions. So now is the character development questions. Number 14. How would other OCs describe them? For Finley, definitely quiet, funny when you get to know him, just stuff like that. And Carmen, very loud, bubbly, kind of annoying. In the same vein is question 15. How would they describe themselves? Weird, in a good way, for both of them. Also slightly annoying for Carmen. I think she sees herself as pretty annoying after being told that so many times. Not projecting, again, never would do that. Why would I ever do that? Next question. 16. What would they consider the worst thing they've done? For Finley, I think it would be causing his brother to get hurt by his mom. It's a long story, a lot of not fun topics relating to him. I don't know if you can hear, but there is a firefighter thingies, fire trucks, there we go, outside. I don't know if you can hear that. Please ignore it if you can. Anyway, for Carmen, it would definitely be running away and not standing up for herself. She considers it some of the worst things she's ever done. Even if running away was like a good thing for her, she still considers it pretty horrible in her book. Question 17. What do they want versus what they need? For Finley, it's definitely like what he wants is to help people, and for what he needs is to actually help himself first. Carmen, it's definitely to end everything. She doesn't want to be here anymore. It's just hurting her and too much, so she needs to learn to get better and actually accept herself and understand that she can't change things that happened in the past, but she can get better and learn to live with it. Lots of heavy topics here, wow. Doesn't get much better with the next one. Did they have a good childhood or a bad one? For number 18, I believe, yeah. Trigger warning for the example, skip to like 10-20 seconds ahead. For both, I'll just put it on screen. Skip ahead, like right now. For Finley, it was horrible, bad. Lots of physical and mental from his parents. And then for Carmen, it was also pretty bad. Same thing with Finley, but with added sexual. Not fun. Sorry if I have to bleep some of that out. I don't want YouTube to try and kill me. I wouldn't like that. Let's move away from all that horrible stuff and go on to the lore-related questions. I've officially lost completely what number we're on, so I'm just gonna say what the question is. What's their first memory? For Finley, it would be meeting his little brother in the hospital, like when he was born and stuff. For Carmen, it would definitely be playing with her dog. Very integral part of her childhood, and a big part of who she is her pets, and animals definitely also a big part of her story. The next question is, where were they born? Finley was born this planet, this island continent thingy, and somewhere in this area. I don't have names for most of them, or I just don't want to share them, so yeah. For Carmen, she was probably born on one of the coasts, whether it was the west coast or the east coast of the US to be specific. Yeah, just somewhere around there. Did they get bullied at all? If so, what was it for? Or were they the ones bullying people? For Finley, definitely getting bullied. He got bullied. For being weird, or considered weird at least, and very quiet. For Carmen, she also definitely got bullied for being loud, or considered loud and annoying, and also because she's a bit chubby, so definitely got picked on for that too. Who was their idol growing up? What about now? How does it affect them? For Finley, it was the man next door. He was an author of some sorts. At least right now I want him to be an author. I might change that in the future. But definitely very influential on him. Pretty much like a father figure to Finley, because not good family, like I said earlier. For Carmen, probably her English teacher, one of the only people who were very nice to her, so she just grew really attached. Do they get along with their parents? Their peers? What about their siblings? Their friends? A lot of stuff here, Did they get along with people is basically what I'm asking. For Finley, it's no, yes. Doesn't get along with their parents nor their peers that well. Definitely gets along with their siblings. And he's chill with his friends. For Carmen, no, yes. Not good relationship with their parents. Her peers are a whole thing on its own. Her siblings, not good either. And her friends, she definitely gets along with. I mean, I mentioned them for stuff that makes her happy, so. Wow, you've made it to the last question. Yay! What was their least favorite memory? Yet another one I have to put a trigger warning for. I'll put on screen what specifically to look out for. But yeah. So for Finley, definitely his parents arguing over simple stuff. He hates those memories, absolutely the worst thing. And for Carmen, it's having to put her childhood dog down. Very sad stuff. Yeah. Well, that didn't have a very happy ending, did it? My bad. Here's some art in exchange, all the stuff I've had as speed paints in the background. Yeah, for your troubles. Either way, I hope you have a merry day. Go drink some water, maybe have a little snack if you're hungry. Don't go exploding people, and yeah. Okay, bye-bye.